What's up? It's Z100, New York's number one hit music station. I am Crystal Rosas inside of our Celsius Energy Drink Lounge, a multi platinum rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, and internet icon. We saw him pop off on Vine, then YouTube, now chart topping hits. He's built an empire on his own, over 1.5 billion streams. We saw him on Double XL Freshman Class, Forbes 30 Under 30, multiple RAAA certifications. We're talking gold, double platinum. Now he's in New York City to promote his new project, Blame the Chat. DDG.
Thank you. That was an amazing intro.
Tricky move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell us about the energy in New York. You've been all over the place. You've been meeting fans. You've been taking pics.
Yeah, I've been having fun. This is the best hospitality I had so far, though.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I appreciate
thank
it.
you. Of
Yeah,
course.
for sure.
Okay, so we saw you on Vine, but now we're in the Blame the Chat era. So how could you describe this era?
Blame the chat is just like, basically just letting my chat A&R my album, and pick the songs, pick the beats, and really be a part of the whole process of me making it. So, yeah, it's a dope era. I feel like it's changing music forever.
Well, we saw that you were making the album on the stream,
Mm-hmm.
which was really cool. We've seen it before, but you're so engaged with your fans.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that influence your music when you're watching the chat and you're live and you're like,
Well, I try not to look at it while I'm recording, because sometimes they make me overthink, and everybody got their own opinions. But maybe like afterwards, I just take their insight and see if they like it or not. If they think it's trash, I won't use it. If they like it, then I use it. I just really try to keep them involved in it.
and even back in the day, we saw you were parodying The Weeknd.
Mm-hmm.
But
Whoa, how you know about that?
I've been knowing things. I've been knowing things. we have our informants.
Yeah.
But you have Offset, you have Queen Naija, you have Wiz on the album.
Mm-hmm. It's been dope. It's been fire. These good people. Good people. Everybody on the album is got good souls, Yeah.
So how does it feel knowing that these people that you used to parody now, some people you looked up to, you're working with?
It's dope. It's a great feeling. It's just, sometimes surreal, but I keep it player, keep it cool, But it's really dope. People that I used to listen to as a kid, especially somebody like Wiz Khalifa. Like I used to listen to him when I was damn near 10 years old. You know what I mean? So it's dope.
And so with the album now and the reception that it's getting, you're getting a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's running up on TikTok, the trends.
Yeah,
Seeing that you're and have been part of that, how cool is that?
it's dope. I'm just trying to really push this album because sometimes when I drop albums, I probably give it like a few weeks of love, and then I'll be, I'll just move on from it. But I feel like that comes from me not really believing in the full project itself, and maybe like one or two songs. But this project, I believe in every song, so I want to really give love to each song before I move on to the next album.
And you also gave us some different sounds. Like it's not one of those albums where you just kind of hear the same thing over and over again. In the middle, you kind of mix it up. It gets a little Caribbean. It gets a little smooth. Why'd you decide to go that route too?
I feel like too much of the same energy, tempo, sound, it gets boring for the listener. I feel like when you switch it up, break it up a little bit, it creates some type of experience rather than just a playlist of songs. It makes it feel like a full body of work and you're not missing nothing.
And what's also cool to see is that you take real moments from your streams and what you have going on, you put them into the songs too. So what do you decide? Like, what's that balance of what you want to share in the music or who you really are? How do you find that balance?
I don't know, like I try to put some of my business in there, but I also try to not put too much at the same time. It's like certain things that's too personal to my life. I haven't got to that point of vulnerability yet where I just tell it all in my music, just because, you be seeing me in the blogs. Sometimes it'd be just too much and it take away from the process and the art, and it just be more about what I'm talking about. So certain things I don't put in my music, but a lot of it I do.
We saw too that TMZ popped up on you here in New York City. How did that feel?
TMZ, it was
Yeah.
cool. It's cool, you know. I don't never get like nervous or like weirded out by like paparazzi or like little blogs pulling up. I think it's cool.
And then what about the fans when you're out? Sometimes you have funny interactions. And I love
Mhm.
that you linked back up with that girl that was in your stream that people were kind of making fun of. But
Wait, which one?
this was the girl that was like, she had like the white tank top with the jeans.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
you like linked up with her
Yeah. Uh
again and we're doing. So how did that idea come about?
huh. Well, she been around like the whole little hitathon thing that I did when I
Okay.
made my album. She was there the entire time, um, and she just a vibe. She cool. Like she get lit though. She get a little drunk. You know what I mean? But she still be like very friendly. She's very supportive. She know like a lot of my music. Um, so all the girls like to get booked through like an agency or something like that. You know what I mean? So they not like there just to be there. You know, they get paid or whatever. But a lot of the time she just stay after, kick it, just vibe. So after that clip came out and it went viral, her just dancing and vibing. I was like, man, let's do something cool. So I hit her up and like, let me take you shopping or something.
And it was even fun when you were out, when someone asked for her and she was there.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's like you could even script these things.
Exactly. Like that's why I like doing like IRL streaming because like you be out and things just happen. So it's like it's cool.
And what people love watching about you is that you really are authentic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even if you have a mess up, even if you have a hiccup or people try to cancel you, you're going to come out and say exactly what you feel about the situation.
Yeah, you can't be too like uptight about things, especially when you streaming. It's like you got to just go with the flow. That's what we're here for.
We were talking about the return the jacket
Mm-hmm.
situation. So I want to know, out of this list of things, what do you think is OD? You should not return this. Okay.
Okay, come on.
A wig that you wore.
Nah, I can't return that.
Okay, you're not returning it. What about you opened and used stream equipment and you want to return it? Equipment.
I'll return that.
Okay, you're returning it. What about a half burnt candle?
Can't return that.
No, no, no. Okay, what about a toilet plunger?
Can't return
No,
that.
okay. we're good.
But you got Bottega jacket on there?
The Bottega jacket?
You can return
You
that.
return it.
You can return that.
How do you feel when you hear this song? What memories come to mind? Like, what do you think?
I think it like Japan.
I know.
Good time. You was watching, huh?
That was so fun. She's my girl. I'm Mexicana.
Mm.
Latinas in the house. Yeah.
Bonita.
You're silly. Well, no, like the way that you're absorbing our people and going to the fiestas, that's really fun to see because we haven't seen that too much on stream. And I feel like it's really nice seeing that you guys are kind of putting us on in a way.
See.
And like the Avengers are kind of coming together. So
See.
what is that being? See, I'm done with you. Ha ha. Ja, ja, ja.
Ja, 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 ja.
What are you admiring about the culture that you didn't know before you've stepped into it?
I always love Mexicans and Latinas, and that's kind of like where I got my first little loves from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's where I'm from, Pontiac, Michigan. It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
It's like black, Mexican. That's like the thing. You know what I mean?
That's how I grew up too. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not nothing foreign to me or nothing, but it's definitely dope to be getting a lot of support from that side.
You
know?
notice that?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Just linking up with Wendy and we just doing our own thing. And it's kind of like two worlds colliding. I think it's dope.
Did you unblock her? I think she was blocked or something.
Yeah, I unblocked her.
Okay.
I only blocked her for about 10 seconds.
Okay, it could be like that. You gotta check in.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my funniest moments that I watch you guys do is the growling.
Mhm.
Like that is so epic to me
Mhm.
because it's you really have put like a physicality into those feelings that we do feel, but now we can like hear it. So I want to know what kind of growls, like on a scale of 1 to 10, these situations.
Okay.
Okay, it's raining. You have a rain jacket on, but your friend has an umbrella and he's sharing it with your girl.
You know, it ain't too much. It's just a quick little.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Your friend and your girl, they're saying bye, but they give each other a front hug.
You know, ain't too much. You feel me? Because it's like she's still coming home with me, right? Right.
Okay. Your friend and your girl start an inside joke.
That's a little too much.
The nose flinched on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
You and your friend, your friend and your girl start speaking Spanish in front of you.
Mm. You know, I don't speak Spanish like that. I only know a few little words, a few sentences.
But you're learning.
Yeah, I'm
You're
learning.
picking it up. You're
Te
picking
amo.
it up. So, you've already done so much in your career. We're talking Forbes 30 under 30. We talked about the plaques,
Hmm.
the double platinum. But what do you think is the most surreal I made it moment so far?
Um, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I had it yet.
Okay.
I still feel like I have a lot to do. I have a lot of work to do. I don't know. I feel like that moment is gonna come from an arena selling out. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I want to work towards. You know.
Are we planning the tour right now?
Yeah, for sure. You gotta pull up.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
You were saying yesterday that you've noticed how some streamers, when they say that it takes a toll on them, the 24/7 of it, you were like
Hmm.
opening up about that it is difficult.
It is.
So, how are you balancing that right now where you're at?
I mean, I'll be saying that when I'm not on it, and then when I get on it, I get like this adrenaline, like, okay, it's time to entertain. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's kind of conflict of interest or whatever you want to call it, but it is what it is. I feel like I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in. You know, I'm blessed to have all these beautiful people wanting to watch me every day. It's definitely a hard industry to maintain. So
Hmm.
I'm just, I'm, I'm just grateful for what I got going on with the streaming right now.
Do you remember the names of some of your day one streamers, like the ones that were always there? Because when you start off, you just have a few. It starts with
Hmm.
just small numbers, but then it gets bigger. Do you remember some of those usernames?
Yeah, like all my mods, people that be gifting the most, definitely be remembering them.
Hmm.
Shout out Chump Swoosh. Shout out Cisco. Only Omari, I am Cardi. Love London.
So you know the names.
Yeah, yeah, I know a lot of them.
Have you met them?
I have met Chump Swoosh. Chump Swoosh was one of the top gifters during my hit-a-thon. He happened to live in LA, and I told him to pull up to the crib. So he got to pull up to the house, kick it with us on stream. I invited him to my album release party and everything.
That's lit.
It was cool.
That's lit. What was the moment that you realized I can really start making a living off of streaming?
I probably figured that out a few months ago, or a couple months ago. I started seeing a little bit of money. I was like, I don't know. All right, I can keep doing this. So it's you make good money. It's just long hours. You gotta really be locked in order to make money on it
Hmm.
every day. And I've been streaming for 60 plus days straight. Ain't missed one day. So yeah, it's hard work, but it's worth it.
Hmm. Is there any business ventures or investments that you're working on outside of music right now that you've been?
My main investments has been back into my content. I mean, of course, like stocks and things like that. I got money put up, but other than that, like I haven't hopped in my business bag just yet. I feel like that's something that I gotta really um, allocate my time towards. But I do want to focus on, just investing in my content, making the best content possible, taking this as big as possible, and then eventually, setting some money aside, doing some business things, outside of clothes and things like that.
Hmm. Is there a money lesson that you've learned within the past few months when you've seen the numbers go crazy? Is there something that's has stuck with you?
Um, to spend on my content. I'm really frugal. Like I'm cheap, but I got a lot of money. You know what I mean? But that's why you see me. That's why you call me Tricky Moo. You know, I only trick on camera. I don't trick when the camera off.
Sneaky weird things.
Yeah.
If you had to choose a Grammy win or 10 million monthly YouTube subscribers, which one would you choose?
Grammy win.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think about that?
I think that's just more impactful. You know, I feel like YouTube subscribers, I don't really care to hit 10 million. Grammy, that turns into even more money. You know what I mean? More opportunities. When you got a Grammy, it's just something that nobody can take away from you. Anybody can unsubscribe. So you get 10 million, they unsubscribe. Now you got 9 million, you know?
That's that valedictorian thought.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I didn't know that you were valedictorian until recently.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah, had straight A's.
Sheesh. How did you do that?
I just used to stay after school. I did all my homework.
Also, you weren't just a whiz. Like, you actually put the work in. 'Cause
Yeah.
some people just can, like...
I've cheated in high school before, of course. But, like, I was just really competitive. You know, I might have used Quizlet here and there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I think everybody do.
Yeah, Quizlet.
Yeah.
The good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when you're preparing for your streams, I know that you said, like, for the Bad Baby one, for example, you got home and you were like, dang, I'm sorry, chat. Like, you were apologizing, but I was sitting there like, we just want to watch you. You don't have to do nothing crazy. What did you learn from that experience?
Don't smoke before I get on stream.
Yeah.
I think that when I smoke when I get on stream, it kind of like gives me a little anxiety. So then it'd be like, you know, sometimes I gotta chill. I gotta. Smoking on stream is not good. Not
Because you
doing
just
that
get in
no
your
more.
head too much. It
I
gets
do
loud.
like if I want to smoke, I wait till afterwards, you know. But if I do it before, that's when I get all in my head, and then I'll be tripping.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Okay, so then what about people that you haven't met yet? Because you've ran into so many amazing people, but is there anyone that you wish you could talk to and ask a question to that you really look up to?
That's a good question because I didn't met
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, so I don't know. That's a good question. Can it be just say that one more time? Somebody I want to ask a question.
Yeah, someone you haven't met that you would love to just pick their brain or have a convo with.
Well, I met everybody, but like I would love to have a convo with Olivia Rodrigo. I never met her before.
Yeah, you were talking about her song, Trader.
Yeah, I don't really cry on music,
Yeah.
but her song made me tear up and cry.
You can get her on for the next album.
That'll be amazing. But I
Right.
just want to talk to her, and I just want to figure out where her heartbreak came from.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
know.
She's one of your favorites right now?
One of my favorites. Yeah, like I don't really listen to. I feel like if I think of like Taylor Swift, I think of her too. You know what I mean? She like coming up under
Have
Taylor
you heard
Swift.
Taylor Swift's music? Are you a Swiftie?
I'm not a Swiftie yet, but I have heard her music. You know what I mean? So, I like Olivia Rodrigo a lot. And Billie Eilish. Them like my favorites.
Cool. And right now, in this very moment, how does it feel to be DDG?
Feels good. Feels great. I'm happy. I wake up smiling. I wake up working.
Yeah,
I wake up with motion. You know.
you do.
You know, I wake up with blessings, so, you know, I have no complaints. I feel like I'm building something. I feel like I'm grinding towards something. And I think that's the best feeling when you know you're going in the right direction.
We just want to say thank you so much. You're so fun to watch all the time. You give so much of yourself to us, and it's such a blessing that you made time to come in and chat with me and our team.
course.
So I just want to say thank you so much.
No, thank you for this Kit Kat.
Of course.
Thank you.
I can't wait for you to come back, and I can't wait for you to announce that tour.
Of course.
Yes.
It's coming soon. Make sure you're there.
There you go. And so to our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge presented by Celsius. DGG, thank you so much.
Thank you.